Did we all get some rest last night? Of course we didn't. Anybody with half a brain knows that most of us were still awake around midnight, 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock. Most of us should have been still awake by 3 o'clock, that's for sure. Even though nothing of real significance happened. There was a few back and forths real quick, you know. The map would change one way, then switch back to another way, and it's oh wait, it's like something happened, but even then, that still wasn't enough, obviously. I mean, of course, there are still few things outstanding. However, it's already a lot. As Elon Musk put it, game, set, match. Kamala is like set to come out at about 4 o'clock to apparently concede. However, I can only imagine what her supporters are going through. I mean, I already know what Joy Reid's going through, and I already know what Jake Tapp and Anderson Cooper is going through, and I already know what Rachel Madcow is going through. And the thing is, with Joy Reid, I mean, I know everybody ripped her to shreds. Her and Whoopi Goldberg are, like, apparently, from what I'm guessing, the two most prominent black women in television right now. And both of them are horrible people. Their beliefs and their thought process is totally twisted. I used to love Whoopi Goldberg, but now I can't stand the sight of her. I have a very hard time watching Star Trek The Next Generation with any episodes with Guinan in it, which was kind of hard because when she was there, she was always there. It was like every episode they had to have Guinan in there. But and the funnier thing about that, if anything, can I make a connection real quick? Corinne Jean-Pierre reminded me way too much of Guinan from Star Trek The Next Generation. Every episode, a different outfit. Yet the crew, they all wore the same uniforms. And even Counselor Troy, she had a few different outfits and hairstyles, but she seemed to rotate them out per Starfleet regulations. Now, I know that the civilians on starships weren't held to that kind of standard, but I just thought that's a weird connection. I don't know. Maybe that says something about Corinne Jean-Pierre, that she found Guinan to be a source of inspiration for her, which is fine. Because the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, Whoopi Goldberg did not create those lines. And if she had any hand in them, I'm pretty sure nowadays we can sniff out which ones might be truly her lines that she ad-libbed or got, allowed to be put into the script. However, her lines were scripted. She was told what to say. So therefore, she had no real opinion in most of what she had to say, what she was made to say. However, that does not go for The View, because the fact is that she's allowed to say whatever she wants on The View, unlike Star Trek. It is unscripted. I mean, they have talking points and topics, but other than that basic structure, they can go off on anything they want. But the same thing with Joy Reid. But it's a little different because Joy Reid is also, she's in a profession where she is only to read the news. But then when I started noticing news channels starting to get these panels, opinion panels, I don't remember much about the news growing up. I just remember seeing the two people sitting in front of the screen telling me what's going on. And that was it. There was maybe a joke or two, but they were never as biased as they are now. But for someone like Joy Reid, okay, who has been burned by the stove plenty of times, keeps putting her fucking hand on that burner. Just like with Whoopi Goldberg and all the others. I don't understand it. Maxine Waters has already come out and her, God, she just needs to go away. She's as bad as fucking, what's his name, Al Sharpton. Yeah, two people that I just would love to see just disappear is Maxine Waters and Al Sharpton. Only for the fact being is that I'm just tired of looking at them. I'm tired of looking at them. Maxine Waters can't, just everything with her, just, oh my God. I know she grew up in a long time ago. Okay, she's been around a long time. So her grasp on reality and the way things are nowadays are obviously going to be skewed. You know, it's like, just like with, you know, every generation, it's like we always look at the past one and go, oh, you're cringy, you know, oh my God, it's like, nobody likes it, you know, you're just boring, you know, but we look at you guys and we go, what are you guys on? We would just drink ourselves stupid or smoke ourselves stupid, but you're fucking sticking things in your fucking arms and shooting things up your nose and, you know, eating Tide Pods. It's like, fucking hell. I just want to know. It's like these are the children of the people that were doing the super hard drugs in the 70s and 80s, 60s and 70s and 80s. That's the only downside about having trees in your backyard is you got them damn birds, man. Crows and ravens and shit. All I know is that last night couldn't have gone better. Couldn't have gone better. I've stayed up real late. I watched everything, and just, yeah, I just let everything happen, and now I can breathe. We can all breathe. Until the shitstorm continues to kick up, because it's already starting to kick up, and for that very reason, it's like even. I don't think anybody's going to have a break. Nobody's going to have a break. But we'll see. We'll see. But on another hand, on something, on a similar topic, since what happened, I felt inclined to wear my MAGA hat to work today. As you all know, I walk. Well, nobody said anything. Nobody, I mean, there was a few glares, but then again, that's just normal as it is. But I wore that MAGA hat today, and I smiled at everybody that passed me. Hello, how you doing? Morning. Nobody said a thing. So I was like, hey, maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign that they finally got the picture. You know, because it just wasn't fair. It was not fair that they could have their signs out, but ours would get ripped up and torn up. You know? And we can't wear our MAGA hats without them screeching at us. You know, but if we did it, we're the bad guys. You know? I'm just glad that's all over. I am glad that particular part of it is over. It's done. We all did our parts. And to any of you actual Democrats out there that are willing to gracefully take this, I commend you. Thank you. But you still did your civic duty. Whether you're libertarian, independent, left, right, it doesn't matter. You did your part. Although I did see one score for, what's his name? Cornel West. Ooh, he needs to stop. He needs to stop. I mean, how many times is this now for him? Like 2 or so? That man just needs to stop. Because the amount of votes that Cornel West got, I mean, oh God. I'm not even sure the real tally, full tally, but when I saw it, it was like, I think he had like 500 total. And I'm like, whoa. So, yeah, he needs to sit down and shut the fuck up, because I'm sick of hearing his fucking Q-tip ass. There's just so much happiness I feel right now, and I haven't felt that in a long time. And I know, like I said, there's a lot of people out there who are breathing a sigh of relief right now. And I get it. There's people who are really salty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know? Despite all your attempts at voter suppression, telling us we can't wear our MAGA hats or have our signs out front, you know, or we get screeched at and yelled at, but you can? You got Harris supporters going around knocking on doors and, you know, hanging their little flyers and stuff and calling and all that. But did I get any call from Bernie Moreno? No, because I believe that somehow, some way, the Republicans knew that we were going to turn out. They knew we were going to turn out. They didn't need to door knock. They didn't need to do all that. And that's what confidence is. We were confident. They were all running on pure panic and desperation. And they had a motive that too many people had a part of, and it just got out of their hand. It got out of their control. Too many parties, too many little groups making decisions, and not all of them were talking to each other correctly. But we were. We heard something, we told somebody, they said, hey, okay, check this, look, check that. We did everything right. Everything right. So yeah, I feel very vindicated today. Very tired, very tired. What's that baby thing they do? Like baby arms? No, that was good. I like that. Oh, but no, I really should. I need to pop my shoulder. Many of you don't know, I broke both sides of my collarbone growing up. Well, one side one way and the other side a different way. And ever since then, this particular shoulder, I don't know if I've got anything high enough around me to crack my shoulder, but oh God, it just lets out maybe I can do it right here. Hang on. Okay, that wasn't a very loud one. That wasn't a very loud crack. Oh. That feels a lot better when I do that. But yes, it does suck living with two formerly broken collarbones. One was falling down the stairs in this home as a child, and the other one was falling down a bike hill in the middle of summer, in a sled hill in the middle of summer on my bike. I hit a rock and tumbled. And then my brother decided to go, I can fix it, because I'm holding it, and he yanks it straight out, and I'm like, ah. So luckily somebody saw what happened and helped me out. I had to wear one of them braces that kept me back like this. And let's just say when school let back in, yeah, that wasn't fun, because not only the chairs, the kids too. So one day it was close enough time for me to start taking them. I've been taking them off more and more to stretch, and I just stripped it off, and I just went like this, real good. And all of a sudden, I just felt everything crack and crunch. And I just screamed down the hallway of my middle school. And everybody was out. So everybody was out in the hall. So it's like, because it's like I just got done with the bullying. And so, like I said, I ripped it off, and I brought my shoulders in, and just all the crunching and crackling. People down the hallway heard the crunching and crackling, and then they heard me just yell, not scream, but yell down the hallway. I never, ever screamed like a girl, okay? I was very fortunate to have a very, I have to say manly, yell, or what you would call a scream, But there's so many dudes out there that when you get them scared enough, they sound like a little bitch. And I've seen plenty of them. We've all seen them. It's funny as hell. But no, that, like I said, okay, I lost my total train of thought. Oh, fuck. Like I said, I'm just happy. I'm very happy, and I can get back to doing some of the content and stuff that I was doing before I got into politics, because I don't have to worry right now. I don't have to worry. So I'm going to let you know, you'll see more of If I Was in Charge episodes. You'll see more, you'll see some newer stuff that I am still thinking and working on. Not there yet. I still have a playlist problem that I'm working on, so I'm trying to get that all sorted out. And I don't know. Let me know if you want me to make my Klaus Nomi playlist public. I mean, I know you can find him on YouTube anyways, but hey, if you want to listen to some of his best songs, boom, I got him right there. I just don't know if I wanted to unlock them, make them public, because I don't know what people would think about that with me. I mean, I can't help it. The guy's good. The guy's got a fucking voice, you know? And long live Klaus Nomi, even though he's gone. Yeah. Rest in peace, Klaus Nomi. That's what I was looking to say. The future is looking good for me. I got a bunch of things I still got to take care of. I'm still having a bit of a driver's license issue. Because then I can start doing some car vlogs. Pretty much whenever I see somebody doing something stupid in their fucking car, you're going to see it. Because I'm tired of it. And I got to learn how to upload dash cam footage. Because when I do drive, and I shouldn't be, I want a dash cam regardless. So, yeah, I want to learn how to upload that. Because like I said, to be honest, I am not as technologically savvy as some people generally are. The internet is still kind of a wild west for me. I'm like, what does this button do? What does this link do? And I'm like, so I have really no clue when it comes to, how to upload something from a device or do just about anything the younger generations can do with their computers. I mean, I was asking my cousin, who's of a younger generation, it's like, dude, if I got a gaming computer, do you think you can help me, put everything Doom on this computer, this one computer, just everything Doom, and can you download all the WADs you can and all the mods that you can for me, and he was like, yeah, sure, but still, just to get a basic gaming computer is still pretty pricey. He says, I don't know if that's ever going to happen for me, because I would love to do gaming, because if there's one thing a dude's good at, it's got to be gaming, right? I mean, shit. If I was able to, I don't know, record game footage of me playing games like Soul Calibur 2 or Black for the PlayStation 2, pretty much a lot of the PlayStation 2 titles, and a lot of 360 titles, and even older retro consoles, I would love that. I mean, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, you've not yet seen my video game collection. Okay, at this current time, I have about maybe 130 original Nintendo games, about 30 Super Nintendo games, I think I have 28 to 29 Genesis games. But when it comes to stuff like, the Xbox One, I've got plenty of Xbox One games. So it's, like I said, if I was able to do gaming, I would absolutely go for it, But like I said, I would just need that help setting up the computer, I mean, I'm sure I can find somebody. I don't know. I mean, so many people seem to have so many. It seems so easy for them to find these resources, like when content creators want to find editors, for example. I mean, from what I remember about editors, is that they don't generally like to tell other people how they edit, because to them it's an art form. So if they give their secrets up and everybody else is doing what they're doing, then, it's like, well, shit, you can be easily upstaged that way. Or even totally pushed aside, and be forgotten as the original creator of something, but, it's been so sullied because everybody was doing it, And that's why I still believe that there are still only a handful of influencers. I hate calling them influencers. There's still only a handful of people out there that still make some of the most original content on this platform and others. But most of them, as we've all found out, are all corporate shills, sponsored corporate shills. And I can't say that about some of them, because some of them are legitimately just trying to make money. They're trying to live their lives off of what they're doing, and I get that. But then there's the others. You got your makeup influencers. Basically anyone that calls themselves an influencer, are the ones who are literally being paid to sell you whatever garbage they're being told to push. And I'm not ragging on things that actually have a real purpose or service, true like that. But when it's a product, yeah, it's like when your channel is about gaming and then you're pushing, an energy drink. That's not exactly the best thing you should be doing. I mean, it's like I always hail back to the story of that I think it was a kid in Korea died from in front of his gaming computer, surrounded by Monster energy drinks or Red Bulls, either or. But he, when I first heard of that, and that really woke me up, and I started seeing a few family members doing that, and I warned them about it, and I mean they're still with us, so, but it's easy for the younger generations to fall in this downward spiral of just being a hermit. Too many of the younger generation is just too much of a hermit, And I know we've always had hermits within our generations. I was kind of like that for a while before I realized, no, I can't live like that. There's it's fresh air you can breathe. I can be breathing. Touch the grass, damn it. And that really happened when I was about 18. When I started working, I realized. Well, technically, I started working when I was 16, but when I was about 18, I really realized I can't just go work, home, work, home, work. No, I had to find something else to do. And lo and behold, YouTube. And for any of you who know me, I always recorded pretty much everything I did. Me, my brother, and my friends. And I know you're watching, Paul. You're watching. Thanks, by the way. Because as my brother knows, this is not easy for me. I can't say that I'm antisocial. I'm just socially awkward. There, I've said it. I'm a socially awkward person trying to speak to a camera, because this is one of the only ways that I'm actually able to, without completely sounding, too bad. Because when it's different when you're talking to a specific person, because they're there in front of you, and anything you say or do, you can see the expressions on their face. But here, I can't see your expressions, so I can't see, that. I mean, I could read your chat. That's about it. But I ramble. I can't help it. But look, I want to do more. I want to do more on YouTube, and because I'm getting up there. I'm getting there. I'm having fun. I still enjoy it after all these years. What is it, about? God, almost 8 years now. I mean, my entire YouTube. I've been on YouTube almost since day one, and it's like I remember all the original YouTube videos, I remember exactly where I was when Markiplier came on the scene, and Jacksepticeye, the Angry Video Game Nerd, Nostalgia Critic, and others. I mean, a lot of you don't know this, but I used to be subscribed to every Onision channel. Yeah. Every single one of Onision's channels I was subscribed to. I found him humorous. I found him at times intellectually intriguing. However, once all that bad shit started happening, I was like, nope, I can't be watching him anymore. And basically after that, I left that channel. So there's still remnants of my old channel still on YouTube. I never posted anything on that channel. It was merely just my YouTube watching channel. and there still are a few videos, classic videos, obviously. I would have to call them vintage at this point on that channel. So if you want to find that channel, that's Rav Curry 11 on YouTube, and that is my first channel. Like I said, no videos of me or nothing. It was just, my videos that I watched, liked, and put in playlists. I mean, even from people that, creators that we don't have around anymore. I mean, I haven't even watched, like, anybody ever heard of the Dorset Ghost Investigators? I haven't heard from them in going on about 15 years now. So, I mean, I don't know if they've changed their name or whatnot or whatever, if they've been caught being phony, being fake, because at the time, I wasn't aware of some of the technologies that was rising in the computer world that could make these ghostly images so realistic. And yeah, I got fooled by a lot of ghost videos back in the day. So, I mean, it sent the chills down my spine. But then I started seeing the other videos, and I'm like, whoa, okay, that's obviously fake. So, but I mean, we'll always have those kind of videos on YouTube, and we'll always have the ones that just very well could be real. But back to what I was saying about original content is that, I mean, there is still only a handful of original content creators left. Everybody else is just a parrot of somebody else. I mean, people can argue, that actually no, they can't really argue about me. I'm up there with with a good few content creators, but I'm obviously nowhere near as popular. And again, I am not looking for fame. I am not looking for notoriety. I am looking for an intellectual connection. That's what I'm looking for. It's an intellectual connection with my viewers. I want them to all see that a guy like me, you can't judge me based on my cover. I mean, I've been called a meth head here on YouTube. I've been called textbook school bang-banger. I've been called everything under the sun, but I'm still here because I don't let that bother me. What bothers me is that when people leave the comments that are just, I feel sorry for these people. I really do. Because I can see the lack of intellectual integrity, and I can see the lack of moral fiber in a lot, in a lot of these people. I mean, just to blindly leave an insult, as they do. I mean, not even a joke. Nothing that I can't even just go, oh, it's just got to be an outright insult. And it just really makes you think, Because as we all know, what my content has been of late has been very political. So obviously, if a certain person sees my videos, they're going to want to leave that comment. And when I try to reply to them, they don't want to reply back. Because I don't attack them with an insult. I attack them with logic and facts, and they can't stand it. They just can't handle it. They literally, a lot of times they delete their own comment when they realize, oh shit, he busted me out. Well, maybe still a few people saw it. Either way, that's petty. I don't like to be petty. And there's so many people out there that ruin things for the rest of us in ways that you don't even realize. I mean, for example, I can't really think of one right now, but there are plenty of them where someone else's actions that has no bearing on my life can affect me later down the road. For example, somebody can get into a car accident, and when the cops come and everything, they clean up the accident, they leave the debris all over the place. And that really bothers me because as of late, I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of bumpers and a lot of just chunks of cars on the sides of roads after an accident. Why don't you clean that shit the fuck up? That's really fucking annoying, especially for a person like me who walks in the morning, in the dark. Okay, and yeah, I should carry a flashlight or something, but still, if the roads were kept cleaner, I would have thought, wow. Anyways, sorry. Sorry, that's just a real good pet peeve of mine. And it sounds petty. But it's legitimate because it's dangerous. And just unsightly. I mean, there's common sense. There's basing things off of common sense, off of logic and facts. As I've been saying this whole time, logic and facts. And when you run everything off of feelings, your body gets a different kind of rush. And people seem to love that more. It's that adrenaline and endorphins and stuff. But yet, when it comes to me, when I use logic and facts, it is far more gratifying knowing that I've grabbed somebody and I've went, hey, wrong. I mean, I'm not trying to make you wrong, but you are wrong. It is not wrong to point out to others that they are wrong. But there's a line. And we all know who's been crossing that line. But they claim that we're the ones crossing that line, because the fact is that line has been so blurred. Oh, it was a long night for me. Long night. I mean, I laid up to bed about 1 o'clock. I was like, I'm just going to lay in bed and I'm just going to watch the Benny Johnson live stream, presidential live stream. And I just laid there praying to God. And my prayers were answered. Our prayers were answered. Hallelujah. Amen. And I just hope everything else just finishes out smoothly. But like I said before, there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I will have to admit I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous to talk about some stuff because I know how touchy and sensitive YouTube is. And I know that if I was to talk about something that that most men enjoy, but there's a big problem with it, and let's just say we'll call it corn. Okay? And yeah, I understand how a lot of men have a problem with corn. And not just that we can't digest it sometimes. Sorry, no. When it comes to pornography, the things that people enjoy, the genres of pornography, as I would call it. And like I said, this is stuff that I can't put into a regular video because I have a poor... this phone is about, God, at least 7 or 8 years old. And I have very little memory. So I have to keep it plugged in, when I'm doing live streams, and this is the only way I can make really long videos. But when it comes to pornography, again, pornography, I don't understand some of the genres and some of the things found to be fun to do. The location, the amount of clothes, the type of clothes, the age, the amount of people participating in the corn. Oh, for the corn. We do it for the corn. Oh, but no, I don't understand I don't find it the fascination with certain things that happen in pornography nowadays, like what they call hardcore, or what. Oh God, it's just hard to say without even thinking that YouTube's just going to say, no, we're not going to let this up here. We're not going to let this stream go. Y'all some sick puppies. That's what I'm going to say. Y'all some sick fucking puppies. And I think there's one that I can't talk about. Cuckolding. Where? What? No, I'm sorry. When I first heard of that, I'm like, this. You got to be joking, right? I can understand guys liking to watch their wives doing something, but when a guy likes his wife doing something with another guy, no, that's crossing the marital line. No, no. What is wrong with you guys? Woo! Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Love is love. I don't know, dude. It strikes me as odd that there are people out there that have their way of living life. As a matter of fact, when I was walking to work the other day, to the BMV. I was walking to the BMV. There was a guy at a bus stop, and he was punching the air, but more like a it was an older black guy. I'd have to say maybe about in his 50s or so, and he's just, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. And I walked past him, and as I got near him, I saw him make eye contact with me, and I balled up my fist. I started to make my fist, but luckily he didn't do anything, and I walked on past. Like I said, just people's thought processes on how they choose to live their lives is one thing. But when that becomes a hassle and a problem for the rest of us, something needs to be done about it. And that's why I can't be happier with the outcome of the election. Because maybe the criminals and maybe the people who need the true mental help can start getting that. I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there who's going to say, hey, we need more mental health facilities, and not insane asylums, as most people would prefer. Bring back the insane asylums, but no, technically, yeah. Let's go ahead and just call it mental health facilities now. Hell, if it sounds nicer, it sounds nicer. Better than a sanitarium, But if we had more of those, and if we kept the criminals locked up in the first place, we wouldn't have the problems we have now. And like I said, I feel sorry for every single one of these people. When I'm driving or I'm walking and I see the homeless people and I want to help them, but I can barely help myself at times. So, but yet I'm expected to help. My tax dollars are expected to help them when it's not helping me any. It's like, where's the give and take? I just don't get it. I have a hard time getting it. But it happened. So let's all just breathe, woosah, and just start getting along. Let's start coming back to sanity. Let's do the right thing from now on. Obviously, this win for Trump means something. It has to mean something. There are already some saying that, yeah, if Biden was still running, he would have probably done a lot better, but might have still lost. Or maybe even could have squeaked it out. But the Democrats they thought they couldn't win with Joe. So, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I am perfectly fine with that. Well, for all of you that stopped by to say hi, well, nobody said hi except for my brother. And again, I am humble enough to say that. And I'm hoping that more of us can be humble in the future. Because the fact is, humility is one of the secret strengths of humans. When we show humility, we show our humanity. I'm Ravage. Thanks for tearing up with me, and I will see you when I see ya.